Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I draw noses. Now this is just how I draw them. There are so many different kinds of noses and different ways to draw them, but this is what works best for me. The first step I take when drawing a nose is to create this kind of teardrop diamond-esque shape, and that's just to get the basic shape of the nose down, and then I kind of use that as like the groundwork to build the nose upon. And then that circle I just did is also going to be the tip of the nose. So the drawing on the left is a front-facing view, the center one is going to be a side profile, and then the one to the right is going to be a 3/4 view. Once I do that, I then carve out the main features of the nose. And notice how the sides of the nostrils follow that point on either side of the diamond that we just made. And again, I'll do it here in a second, right here, where it follows that point. The most effective way to improve your drawing skills in noses or any other part of the human body would definitely be to just look at photos of whatever it is you want to draw and just draw them based on that photo. Or if you have a family member, you can be like, hey, can I draw your nose? Hold still for a second. That is definitely the best way to improve those skills, because the best way to improve any drawing skills is to draw the thing you want to draw from life. And this next part of the video is me just kind of going over that step once again to show you how I start the nose with a triangle diamond shape and then work my way from there. I'd also encourage to draw loose, light, and fast. And what I mean by that is to not just draw with your hand, but draw with your hand, your wrist, and your arm. So get that hand moving across the paper. And don't put too much pressure on the paper right away, because if you do make a mistake or you mess up or you're just not liking how it's looking, then you can easily erase that without like indenting it into the paper. And then draw fast. Don't focus too much of your time on one particular area. Focus on the piece as a whole. Now the rest of this video is going to show me drawing a variety of different noses with different shapes and sizes using that diamond shape as a guideline. And in regards to shading on the nose and adding shadows, I will first figure out which parts of the nose are higher up and will have more direct sunlight on that, where like the highlights would be. And then I will take the parts that are not in that area and fill those in with a darker shade. And then usually at the bottom tip of the nose, I'll make that the darkest. Once again, with this nose, you can see me following that shape of that diamond shape that I made earlier, but then certain parts are, popping out, and I'm adding just some variety and making the nose look a bit more interesting. I also want to point out that I am using reference photos for these noses. I went on Pinterest and just Googled, well not Googled, I went on Pinterest and searched nose reference photos, and these are some varieties that I found. This nose is probably the best example of how I like to shade my noses. I didn't do this for every nose, but I prefer to carve out that shape that I know is going to be darker and have more shadow, and then fill it in later. Now with this nose, I tried to draw a cute little button nose, but I actually find that those noses, like the cute petite ones that don't have a lot of dimension or like sharp edges, I find those are the hardest to draw because everything's subtle with it. There's not like any harsh lines. So this is the one that I definitely struggled with the most, trying to make it look all cute and soft looking. I actually find that the more dramatic noses are far more fun, entertaining, and easier for me to draw. At this point, I was not happy with how this nose was turning on at all, so I decided to just add freckles because I thought it would make me like it more. But the freckles didn't look that good either, so I just kind of moved on and pretended this nose never happened. Notice how when I'm drawing this side profile nose that I'm still following that diamond shape guideline that I made earlier. Once I finished filming the other noses that you just saw, I realized that I did not have any like rounded noses. Most of those were sharp and had like sharp edges to them, so I wanted to include how to draw a more like rounded nose. So after creating that diamond teardrop shape, I then went in and added a circle, and then I kind of used that as an additional base for my nose. Now this nose, I'm very different. I wanted to show you how to draw a nose from a different angle. So this is kind of if you were looking up someone's nostrils, this is the angle that you would be getting. So again, I started with that teardrop shape. In this case, it kind of looked more like a box because of the perspective you were looking at it. And then I added an additional triangle to showcase the bottom angle of the nose, and then that circle for the tip. And then I went with the nostrils and figured out where my shading would be, added the bridge of the nose, and just kind of worked my way from there. And there you have it. That is how I like to draw noses. If there's any other kinds of tutorials you would like to see me make or other kinds of videos, please comment those ideas down in the comment section below, and I will do my best to respond to all of those. Thank you so much and have a great day.